Hey, Journey Church, Pastor Randy here. This is our Sunday preview. It is earlier than normal, unless you're watching it at 11:30 on Friday, in which case you're watching a replay of it. We decided to do these previews a day earlier because we've got an important thing coming up at 9 o'clock on Friday mornings. And with our preview at 11:30 on Fridays, it doesn't let me remind you about that before the prayer time. And so this recording we're going to replay at 11:30 on Friday, our normal time. But I want to invite you to join us earlier, to be looking for these previews on Thursday, and we'll figure out exactly what that time that will be in the coming weeks. But the reason I want to do that is because I want to invite you to join us in prayer on Fridays at 9 a.m. And you can do that here at the church, or you can join us on Zoom. And so to join us on Zoom, you'll need the meeting ID and the password, and we'll have a link to that in our blog at welcometothejourney.org, and then click on blog. And we'll have a link to the Zoom meeting there. It is an important time in our nation to pray, particularly for this election coming up on Tuesday. And I just invite you to join me in praying for unity, for wisdom, for peace, and for the healing of our nation. There's been so much division, and we need to heal from that. And God is the only one that can offer that kind of healing. So join us in praying wherever you are, whenever. Join us at 9 o'clock on Fridays as well. Again, here at the Journey Church or on Zoom. We do include people on Zoom every week. So love to have you join us. Hey, as we continue our series on the marks of a disciple, we're talking about worship and prayer this Sunday, because a disciple is one who worships God and continues to grow in their relationship with God through worship. And I'm going to share a definition with you here that we'll unpack a little bit on Sunday. But worship is a response to an encounter with God. Worship is a response to an encounter with God. And so as you ponder that over the next few days, I encourage you to think of how do you encounter God, and then how do you respond to God. Robert Webber has written a book called Ancient Future Worship, and he talks in there about worship as being comprised of remembering the past, anticipating the future, and doing, or in my words, living God's story. We're going to spend Sunday morning doing exactly that. We celebrate communion on the first Sunday of every month, and that is this Sunday. And so I invite you to join us for that. And for those of you who are joining us from home, I want you to be able to prepare for spending communion or sharing in communion at home. And so there's some hints on our website at welcometothejourney.org/communion, and that looks something like this page. And so there are some hints there, as well as a whole sheet that you can download with these instructions. Right down to the possibility of making your own unleavened bread, bread without yeast. And it takes about 15-20 minutes to do that. And it's just a great way to share in this. Communion really it's living out God's story, sharing in the presence of Christ. And it is also remembering the past and anticipating the good future that God has for us. So I hope you'll join us live in person on Sunday, or here on Facebook, but be prepared to share in communion with us. And last thing I want to share and remind you of, and I don't have fancy graphics for it, but this Saturday night, Sunday morning at 2 a.m., we get to change our clocks back. So we get an extra hour of sleep. And if you happen to forget to do that, you'll be here extra early Sunday morning. But don't forget to set your clocks back and enjoy that extra hour of sleep this Sunday morning I can never remember if we're going into standard time or going into daylight savings time, but just set your clocks back an hour. Look forward to seeing you here on Sunday at 10:30 at the Journey Church, 14425 Mono Way in East Sonora, right above Mono Way Vet Clinic, across the street from Indian Rock Center. Look forward to seeing you. Continue to pray, bathe in God's Word, worship God, respond to Him appropriately as you encounter, as He reveals Himself to you. Thanks. God bless. We'll see you Sunday.